If you are looking the best robot vacuum cleaner, this video is for you. Here is the 3 best robot vacuum cleaner. Don't forget to check the link in the description for pricing. Number 1. Roomba J7. Best robot vacuum overall. iRobot's Roomba J7 is the best of the best right now, offering excellent cleaning power, an impressive app, plenty of extra features, and a really nice design for around $600. While it's a steep price tag, this is the first Roomba with AI obstacle avoidance, which means it uses both a camera and some processor-powered smarts to see and avoid potential obstacles such as power cables, shoes, socks, and pet waste. The real benefit here is that you don't have to tidy up before you run your vacuum, although cluttered floors won't get as clean. It also means it rarely gets stuck during a job, so you won't come home to a beached bot and a half-clean house. Stepping it up a notch, and for about $200 more, you can take away the chore of having to empty its decent-sized bin by investing in the J7 Plus, the robot vac with an auto-empty dock. This is one of the most reliable, nicest-looking auto-empty docks I've tested. The design is compact with some welcome aesthetic touches, such as ribbed matte black plastic casing and a leather pull tab to access the bin area, so it doesn't look too alien in your home. The Roomba J7 is an AI-powered robot vacuum that can detect and avoid common robot traps, such as cords, cables, and dog poop. It works with a stylish clean base that will clean the dirt out of its bin so you don't have to. The Roomba J7 is a mapping robot that can learn your home's floor plan and identify the furniture and appliances in it. This lets you ask the robot, using the app or a voice assistant, to clean specific areas, such as in front of the fridge or behind the couch. While most mapping robots allow you to create virtual keep-out zones, areas the robot shouldn't venture into, in the app, this Roomba uses its AI smarts to suggest trouble spots, so you can create a keep-out zone with just a tap. A feature I like is that you can link the robot to other smart devices in your house to clean when you lock your front door or close your garage on your way out. It also works with Amazon's Alexa to start running when you leave, using geolocation, and stop when you arrive home, so you never even have to think about it. If you want to run it on a regular schedule, the app can handle that, too. If you are looking for the best clean for your buck and want to avoid the possibility that the robot won't finish its run because of a stray piece of clutter, the Roomba J7 is the one to go with. Its cleaning prowess is largely unmatched thanks to iRobot's decades of experience in this space, and it's one of the easiest robot vacuums to use. The app is simple and uncluttered, with new features added frequently. The biggest potential downside is that all Roombas are quite noisy, one of the loudest in my testing. But I do like how easy Roombas are to repair, a crucial factor for an expensive gadget you'd like to use for many years. While parts are costly, they are readily available, which is not the case for many of the other bots I tested. You can basically rebuild your bot if needed, making this an investment that should last a long time. You can read my full review of the Roomba J7 Plus here. I've also started testing iRobot's newest bot, the J7 Combo. This is a J7 with a mopping pad, but rather than dragging the damp cloth around while vacuuming your rugs as most hybrid bots do, the Combo raises the mop over and onto the top of the vacuum when it's not in use. This means you can let the robot roam without fear it will smear a wet mop on your white mohair rug but still get your floors a little cleaner than vacuuming alone. However, its mopping action isn't as effective as the mop on the Roborock S7. This makes the added expense harder to justify unless you have a lot of high-pile rugs, which this vacuums more efficiently than the S7. It costs $1,099, including the auto-empty base, although it's on sale for $899 for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Number 2. Roborock S7. Best Robot Vacuum, Mop Hybrid. A few years ago, the hot thing in robot vacuums was sticking a cloth attached to a tiny liquid reservoir underneath the bot and calling it a mopping robot. These were very ineffective at mopping, and they took away from the capacity of the dustbin, a key feature if you don't have an auto-empty dock. Then the Roborock S7, $650, came along and changed the game. This hybrid vacuum mopping robot does both jobs well because Roborock designed a mop that not only vibrates 3,000 times a second to simulate some good old-fashioned scrubbing but also made room for an extra-large water tank so the mop can get wet enough to be effective. It also has an ingenious VibraRise feature that lifts the mop a few millimeters when it senses carpet, meaning you don't get a damp rag dragged over your living room rug. You also don't have to worry about swapping out the mopping pad when you just want to vacuum. It is limited to very low-pile rugs, however, so the S7 has the option to set a no-mopping zone around any plush floor coverings you have. You can use the Roborock as two separate robots, a vacuum and a mop, as it has a mop-only mode that moves in a tighter Z pattern and goes over the floors twice. I like to send it out to vacuum everywhere first, then recharge and go out again to mop, which resulted in sparklingly clean floors. It takes a while, though. My top pick, the Roomba J7, does work in combo with iRobot's mopping robot, the Brava Jet M6. It also has the option of a self-emptying bin, dock, and you can get all this in a bundle for $950. The Roborock comes with a bin, dock combo for the same price. It doesn't have the AI avoidance tech of the Roomba, but the 2-in-1 capability means less clutter. There's also the new Roomba J7 combo for $1,099 with its robot mop arm. But that doesn't mop as effectively as either of these options, although it's easier to use overall as you don't have to mess with the mopping pad. The Roborock S7 is a mapping robot that uses lidar sensors to map your home in minutes. It also gives you the option of room-specific cleaning commands, with the app or voice control via Alexa, Google, or Siri, and allows you to set keep-out zones. This is essential as it doesn't have AI obstacle avoidance, so it will get stuck in regular robot traps such as clusters of cables. It also struggles with tight furniture footprints as it's quite wide. The Roborock S7 works with Alexa routines and can be set to run when you leave home, or you can use the app's scheduling feature. This multitasking robot mops and vacuums, and does both very well. It can even lift its mop to vacuum your rugs without getting them wet. It works with an auto-empty charging base, sold separately, and has Alexa, Google, and Siri voice control. The S7 is the best option for a bot that can actually mop at a semi-accessible price. It does require a bit more hands-on effort, though, since you have to refill the reservoir, it doesn't warn you when it's empty, and wash the mopping pads, you can throw them in the washing machine. There is a new Roborock model that cleans its own mop, but it costs $1,400, see the below. For more details, read my full review of the S7 Plus here. Number 3. Roomba i3 Plus Evo. Best robot vacuum that can auto-empty. While the Roomba J7 is the best bot if you want all the bells and whistles, the Roomba i3 Plus Evo is the best robot vacuum for a better price that also empties itself. You don't get AI obstacle avoidance or app-enabled clean or keep-out zones, but you do get smart mapping, so you can control exactly which rooms it cleans and when, and a physical spot cleaning button that lets you do small areas on the fly. The mapping feature allows you to set a schedule to clean only certain rooms or send it off at any time to clean just the kitchen or living room. This helps make it less intrusive since it doesn't try to clean the whole house on every run, meaning you're less likely to find it sitting silently in a corner because an annoyed family member shut it off. However, it does take a long time to map your home initially, almost 2 hours for my downstairs, because iRobot uses its own navigation tech and not lidar, which most other mapping bots use to map in minutes. The i3 Plus Evo is also iRobot's most affordable self-emptying option. For several $100s less than the J7 Plus, you get the power of a high-end Roomba vacuum. It has the same suction level and similar battery life as the J7. You can also buy the i3 as a standalone vacuum for around $300. However, it tends to bump into things more often than the J7, likely because it doesn't have a camera on board. This resulted in a few toppled chairs during testing, so it isn't the right bot for you if you have delicate items like vases on pedestals. Most other features are the same as the J7, including voice control with Alexa, Google, and Siri, scheduling, the option to create favorite cleaning routes, and integration with smart home devices to tell your robot to get busy when you're gone. The physical design is also very similar under the hood, with 2 multi-surface rubber roller brushes to get more dirt up. These rubber brushes don't get tangled by long hair the way bristle brushes can. Because there's no option to add keep out zones in the app, you'll need to buy iRobot's virtual walls if there are places you don't want the robot to go. These are little towers that emit a 10-foot barrier or a 4-foot circle. They cost $99 for 2, so if keep out zones are important to you, it's worth upgrading to the J7. The best bang for your buck if you want a self-emptying robot, the Roomba i3 Plus cleans as well as the J7. It just won't avoid clutter and doesn't have app-enabled clean zones or keep out zones. If you can live without those, you'll be very happy with this bot. The i3 has an attractive woven plastic gray top, a nice change from most of the shiny black plastic you find in this category, which is a magnet for dust, fingerprints, and scratches. It still gets stuck on common robot traps such as phone charging cables, cat toys, and, in my house, the skinny feet of a lounger chair. You do need to tidy up a bit before you set it free, but it does better with large cables and rug tassels than many other robots. iRobot has an anti-tangle tech that makes the bot reverse course if it starts to get tangled. This works pretty well for bigger items but, sadly, not phone charging cords.